Battle Through the Heavens, Chapter 207, Night Raid Through the Desert Sands. The hum in his bones recedes, leaving only pulverized sand and the shallow, ragged heat of his breath. He forces his fingers to stay still against the desert's sudden vacuum, his gaze anchoring on the dark metal of the ring. A faint tremor breaks the silence, pulling a spectral weight into the moonlight as the dunes prepare to exhale their coming chaos.
Looking at the empty desert, Xiaoyan slowly recovered his composure. He lowered his head to glance at the ring on his hand and said helplessly,
"Teacher, you can come out now, right?"
Hearing Xiaoyan's words, the smooth black ring trembled slightly. Yao Lao slowly drifted out, his eyes first scanning the area where the group had disappeared earlier. Then he turned toward Xiaoyan and smiled meaningfully.
It seems some major events are about to happen in this desert.
Xiaoyan nodded slightly. With such a crowd causing a commotion, it would be strange if the desert did not fall into chaos. He feared that after Yue Mei returned, the entire Snake Man race would enter a state of martial law across the desert.
Why did they come to the Tamergir Desert? Does the Jiama Empire want to go to war with the Snake Man race again?
Xiaoyan asked, frowning in doubt.
Judging by how they spoke to each other, it seems they want to find Queen Medusa.
Yao Lao replied calmly.
Find Queen Medusa? Even though their team is very powerful, Queen Medusa is no ordinary person. Furthermore, the 8 great tribes of the Snake Man race are filled with experts as numerous as the clouds. If they are given a chance to gather in one place, I do not think this group can leave the desert peacefully.
Xiaoyan said, crossing his arms and laughing with a bit of schadenfreude. Among that group, only the mysterious black-robed person had earned a bit of his goodwill. The others were just people he happened to meet on the road. Xiaoyan naturally did not care about them.
That black-robed person is also a Du Huang expert.
Yao Lao said with a long smile.
So what if they are a Do Huang? Isn't Haibo Dong also a Do Huang expert? But wasn't he also left in a wretched state by Queen Medusa?
Xiaoyan chuckled, then fell into thought.
But then again, why are they looking for Queen Medusa? The Snake Man race has no desire to see humans appear in this place.
Yao Lao lightly stroked his beard and smiled.
I sensed that the middle-aged man from before possessed a very powerful spiritual power. As such, he must certainly be an alchemist.
An alchemist?
Hearing this, Xiaoyan was first stunned, then cried out in shock.
An alchemist at the Do Huang level? How is that possible?
Seeing the look of disbelief on Xiaoyan's face, Yao Lao shook his head slightly and smiled indifferently.
My perception is not wrong. He is indeed an alchemist.
Watching Yao Lao's calm smile, Xiaoyan slowly calmed down as well. He frowned and whispered,
If he really is an alchemist with the strength of a Do Huang, wouldn't he have to be at least a Tier 6 alchemist? But in the Jiama Empire, there is only one Tier 6 alchemist.
Reaching the end of his sentence, Xiaoyan closed his eyes slightly and took a deep breath, as if trying to push out his shock. After a long while, he spoke softly.
That middle-aged man from before, could he be Pill King Ji Yuhi?
If that person is truly Ji Yuhei, then it is not surprising that he could assemble such a team of experts.
Yao Lao said with a smile. He knew very well the value of a Tier 6 alchemist's rallying cry.
I really didn't expect this.
Xiaoyan shook his head with a slight smile, his expression somewhat strange. He remembered that years ago, Neilon Yanron was able to produce a qi-gathering powder, which apparently originated from Ji-Yuhe.
Teacher, let's go!
Xiaoyan's hand suddenly tightened around the heavy Xuan ruler. He exhaled and said in a deep voice,
Regardless of whether their goal is the Green Lotus core flame or not, we must still quickly head deep into the desert. If that Ji-Yuhe truly has such intentions, we will let them be the snipe and the clam and fight it out first.
Very well. This time, we shall be the fisherman who reaps the rewards.
Yao Lao hesitated for a moment before nodding with a smile. His body then trembled and transformed into a flow of light that entered the ring. Stowing the heavy Xuan ruler, Xiaoyan pursed his lips. His back trembled slightly as the purple cloud wings sprouted. With a gentle flap, his body slowly rose into the air. He looked up at the silver moon in the sky and said softly,
Currently, the Snake Man race will surely be in chaos due to Ji-Yuhe's intrusion. We will take this opportunity to pass through quietly. I think Yume won't stay in her tribe. She will have to head deep into the desert to report to Queen Medusa.
Let's go. When we pass the tribe, I will help you hide your aura. With the sky being this dark, we might find it very convenient to move.
Yao Lao's voice drifted out from the ring. Xiaoyan nodded slightly and placed a qi recovery pill in his mouth. With a powerful flap of his wings, his body instantly transformed into a streak of black light. Under the faint moonlight, he glided over the vast tribe below. His body streaked through the air for nearly half an hour before a massive tribe slowly appeared on the horizon. Lights blazed within the tribe, but some chaos was also visible. As he flew closer, Xiaoyan could hear quite a few chaotic sounds carried by the wind. His heart gladdened as he thought secretly,
It seems they really did force their way through here.
With a thought, Xiaoyan reached the sky above the tribe. His eyes swept across it. He could barely see the end of this massive tribe, and his heart could not help but tremble slightly. There stood a massive city wall several dozen meters high, surrounded by dense watchtowers. The arrow slits in the towers reflected a cold, metallic glint under the moonlight. Seeing the strict defensive perimeter like a heavenly net, Xiaoyan could not help but wipe away cold sweat. With a defense of this intensity, even a Da Do Shi or even a Do Ling would be shot into a beehive if they were not careful for even a moment. However, although the tribe's city walls were extremely well guarded, Xiaoyan felt fortunate that a huge passage had been opened through this tight defensive belt near the watchtowers. This passage had been created by someone using powerful force to shatter the city wall. It was clearly the masterpiece of Ji-Yuhe and his group. Perhaps because many areas had been destroyed, the interior of this massive city was currently in a state of panic. Taking advantage of this chaos, Xiaoyan successfully bypassed the strict defensive line, flying in from the sky and finally heading toward the distant city wall with all his might. Flying high in the sky, Xiaoyan sensed the sheer scale of the city below. In terms of area, even Black Rock City, the largest city Xiaoyan had ever seen, could not compare to it.
The 8 great tribes are indeed worthy of being the strongest forces within the Snake Man race.
Xiaoyan remarked as he flew rapidly through the night sky.
You must be a bit careful when exiting this city. The number of damaged watchtowers here is relatively low. The defensive forces have not suffered much loss.
Yao Lao's warning suddenly echoed in his heart while Xiaoyan was still marveling. Hearing this, Xiaoyan's expression turned serious. His gaze swept over the high city wall not far away. Indeed, he found that the walls here had not been destroyed, with only a few large cracks running along their height. Furthermore, there were hundreds of fully armed snake men holding sharp spears on top of the walls, conducting patrols. Woo! As Xiaoyan was attempting to break through the final layer of defense, a strange cry, half wolf and half fox, suddenly rang out from the sky. Xiaoyan's expression changed at the sound. He looked up and discovered a strange, jet-black giant bird circling in the sky above him. It was clearly a scout deployed by the Snake Man to monitor the skies.
Warning! Warning! Someone is in the sky! Spear throwers ready! Poison spears, prepare to fire!
In the dark night, a loud shout rang out from the wall upon hearing the warning. Hearing the command, the Snake Man guards were momentarily flustered, but they quickly calmed down. They swiftly grabbed the poisoned javelins from their waists, their faces filled with fierce intent as they fixed their gaze on Xiaoyan flying in the sky.
I've been discovered.
Being stared at by hundreds of fierce eyes, Xiaoyan's scalp felt a bit numb. Ignoring the black giant bird circling above, his purple cloud wings vibrated instantly. His figure turned into a black streak, charging straight toward the city wall.
Aim at his position! Shoot him down for me!
A moment later, a beautiful snake woman with a curvaceous body and eyes full of rage shouted coldly from the wall. As the snake woman's command was issued, hundreds of fully armed snake men let out a great shout. Their right legs stepped back, their upper bodies twisted, and then they suddenly released their strength through their hips. The poisoned spears in their hands tore through the air, the whistling of the spears echoing through the quiet night sky.
Damned humans! Is my charming snake tribe so easy to bully? You even dare to forcibly break through the city tonight!
Watching the night sky, where Xiaoyan was surrounded by spears, the cold and elegant snake woman gritted her teeth in anger. Earlier, Jiu He's group had relied on the fact that the tribe lacked guarding experts to force their way in. And now, Xiaoyan had come here alone. What face would be left? As a high-ranking member of the tribe, the snake woman was furious. Her icy gaze stared at the sky. The elegant snake woman seemed to already see the terrified face of the intruder before death. Her red lips curled into a bloodthirsty smile as she waited for a feast of fresh blood from the sky. She could clearly sense that the human flying in the sky had a strength of only the Doshi level. Although she did not understand how a Doshi could fly, that did not stop the killing intent rising in her heart. A Doshi under such a devastating barrage of poisoned spears, there was only one outcome: becoming a mangled pile of flesh on the spot. However, under the watchful eyes of the hundreds of snake men on the wall, the human flying in the sky suddenly erupted with bone-chilling flame just as the poisoned spears were about to strike. Then, facing the overwhelming barrage of poisoned spears, the snake men below stared wide-eyed and slack-jawed as a figure shrouded in bone-chilling flame charged straight through the deadly volley. His body did not stop for a second, streaking past the city wall like a bolt of lightning, and finally disappearing quickly into the darkness.
Damn it!
Silently watching the back that disappeared in an instant, the elegant snake woman slammed her fist onto the city wall. Cracks immediately spread out, causing the nearby Snake Man soldiers to tremble in fear, not daring to make a sound.
Clean the city, repair the walls, immediately send intelligence to the nearby Snake Man tribes and notify the leaders of the 7 great tribes. Ask them to quickly dispatch experts to ensure these despicable humans are buried in the desert.
The elegant snake woman looked at the dark night sky, her voice cold as ice and filled with murderous intent.